Are you prepared to travel to unimaginable worlds? Welcome to our ranking of the 10 ultimate isekai anime with an overpowered main character. Get ready for a wild voyage full of enchantment, adventure, and unmatched strength. Our characters in these engrossing stories are carried away from their ordinary lives and placed in fantasy worlds where they encounter tough obstacles and learn amazing skills. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with your thoughts. Let's get going. Isekai Cheat Magician. Regular high school student Taichi Nishimura is traveling to school that morning with his childhood friend Rin Azuma. They are abruptly enveloped in a bright light that whisks them away to a fantastical planet populated by supernatural beings. A beast confronts Taichi and Rin when they arrive. Immediately after their rescue, a group of explorers warn the two that going unarmed and untrained leaves them open to the recently on the rise monster attacks. The guild is the location where Taichi and Rin are told to go so they can register as adventurers and determine their magical aptitude. The results of the test they take, however, are unprecedented. Taichi and Rin have exceptional abilities that are far above those of a conventional magician, turning them from ordinary high school students into the supreme wizard. Taichi and Rin gain a thorough understanding of their abilities as well as acclimatize to their new environment. However, unanticipated threat lurks in the shadows as the pair works to figure out the cause of their transportation and a potential route back to their native world. In another world with my smartphone, God makes a careless error and unintentionally kills Tuya Mochizuki with a lightning strike. God grants him one wish as an apology and the opportunity to start over in a fantastical fantasy realm. Tuya gladly accepts the job and makes just one request before setting off on his adventure in this enigmatic world, that he be allowed to keep his smartphone. When Tuya first enters this new world, he discovers that it is full of gorgeous girls competing for his attention and magic, a subject to which he has an affinity. These girls, Yumina Ernia Belfast, Lean, Ye Kokono, the twins Lins and El Silhuesca, Lean and Ye Kokono, offer Tuya a never-ending supply of love difficulties as well as company while he learns the details of this new society. The Silver Guardian. Suijin Riku, a high school student and avid gamer, studies at the exclusive Shinryu Private Academy, which is a school for the privileged and the offspring of the rich. Suijin, however, is anything but rich or wealthy. In reality, he is extremely destitute and needs to take numerous part-time jobs in order to pay for his tuition. He dives into a pool at one of these jobs despite the fact that he cannot swim in order to save his pet cat. Fortunately, Rei Riku, the stunning and well-liked daughter of a game developer, saves him, and he immediately falls in love with her. His favorite online role-playing game, Dungeon Century, introduces him to a new acquaintance who is attracted to another female. He is aware that his experiences with her will come to an end when the game is set to end. He learns that Ri and the online girl are the same person, though, the day after the game is shut down. Soon after, Ria presents Gravebuster, a tomb raiding game, to Suijin as a replacement for Dungeon Century. Suijin, however, is dragged within Gravebuster to save Ri when she is unexpectedly abducted. While helping Suijin complete Gravebuster in order to save Ri, the Silver Guardian explores the game's secrets. Problem children are coming from another world, aren't they? Izioe Sakamaki, Asuka Kudu, and Yukasukabi are extraordinary teenagers with psychic abilities who are fed up with their disproportionately mundane lives, until, unexpectedly, each of them receives a strange envelope containing an invitation to the mysterious little garden. Kurosaji greets the trio after they are inexplicably placed into a vast new universe, explaining that they have been granted a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to engage in special high-stakes games employing their powers. However, in order to participate, people must first join a community. When the group learns that Kurosaji's town, No Names, has lost its official status and abundant land as a result of their loss at the hands of a demon king, They set out to help recover the dignity of their new home, eager to safeguard its citizens and explore the excitement that Little Garden has to offer. Demon Spirit Seed Manual. Yuan Ding, an otaku, is on his way to a convention when he is transferred to another world, a fantasy world filled with magic and demons. After failing the Shu Yu Academy admission exam, he decides to become a gardener, where he discovers the fairy seed. Yuan Ding's life in another world begins with the goal of collecting the fairies mentioned in stories in order to change his fate and become the protagonist of this new universe. The Master of Ragnarok and Blesser of Einherjar. Some urban tales should be avoided. When Yudosu joins his boyhood friend Mitsuki Shimoya in testing an urban legend, he gets more than he bargained for. When he uses his phone to snap a selfie with a miraculous mirror at the local shrine, he is swept away into another realm steeped in the magic of old Norse stories. Using his knowledge from school and his solar-powered smartphone, he has the opportunity to lead the Wolf Clan, the same people who cared for him, to prominence, all while gaining the admiration of the Einherjar, a clan of magical-wielding warrior maidens. Wise Man's Grandchild. Merlin Wolford was formerly considered as a national hero in the Kingdom of Earlshide, lauded for both his power and achievements. He prefers a tranquil life, so he retreats deep into the rural forests, devoting his time to raising an orphan he rescued. This orphan is Shin, a regular salaryman from modern-day Japan who was reincarnated into Merlin's universe while preserving his previous memories. Shin continues to astound Merlin with his extraordinary aptitude in both magic casting and martial arts as the years pass. However, by his 15th birthday, it is clear that Shin has only grown his combat skills and nothing else, leaving him with obvious social awkwardness, a lack of common sense, and a mediocre sense of responsibility. Shin enrolls in the kingdom's magic academy to strengthen his powers and mature alongside other youths. However, living a normal life is impossible because he becomes a local celebrity very immediately after arriving. Shin Wolford makes new friends, learns about the world, and battles off the numerous forces of evil that surround him and his city as he adjusts to high school life in the capital. Arata, the Legend. Arata, a young kid from an aristocratic family in Amawakuni, has always expected to forge his own way in life, until word of the princess's deterioration reaches his city. His grandmother had claimed he was female at birth, and now, with no other girls to succeed the princess from the matriarchal Hein clan, he is next in line for the throne. Arata, disguised as a woman awaiting a replacement, sees the princess's murder attempt by none other than her own guard, the 12 Shinsho. The crime is laid on his head, causing Arata to flee to the Kando forest, where no one ever returns the same. Meanwhile, in modern-day Japan, Arata Hinohara longs to be free of his peers' brutality. When he hears his name called from an alley, he deviates from his journey and unintentionally switches realities with Arata from Amawakuni. Hinohara sets out to restore order to this new world with the support of his comrades he encounters along the way and his own ability as a freshly awakened Sho, a warrior able to wield Hayagami, weapons of godly power. Full Dive. The ultimate next-gen full dive RPG is even shittier than real life. 10 years ago, at the pinnacle of the VR MMO development business, a game called Kawain Quest burst onto the scene with unrivaled potential. This game targeted extreme realism, ranging from human-like NPCs to the perfect imitation of all senses and physical abilities, boasting a massive total of 10 sextillion branches of conceivable story possibilities. However, it soon became clear that the game was overly realistic, and the popularity of VR MMOs in general began to decline. Due to an accident a few years ago, Hiroshi Yuki, a high school student, now immerses himself in full dive RPGs as a sort of escape. After failing to obtain the most recent version of his favorite game, Hiroshi stumbles onto a game shop and meets its lovely clerk Rihanna Kisaragi, who persuades him to purchase a copy of Kawain Quest so that they can play together. Hiroshi is awestruck by the game's realism the first time he plays it. His surprise, however, is short-lived as he causes a string of catastrophes, rapidly realizing that the game is worse than his already hectic life. Despite his developing disdain for the game, Hiroshi finds himself logging on again and again. With no do-overs in his current predicament, Hiroshi only has one goal: clear the game. Arifureta, from Commonplace to World's Strongest. Hajime Nagumo's regular life is appended when he and his classmates are summoned to a magical world and tasked with saving humanity. While his peers have outstanding combat talents, Hajime is mocked for simply earning an inferior transmutation skill with no genuine attacking strength. Hajime is deceived by one of his classmates during an expedition in the Great Orcus Labyrinth, plunging him to the bottom of an abyss. Despite surviving the fall, Hajime is confronted with scary monsters and disasters that drive him into a bleak nightmare. Desperate to live and return home one day, he decides to fight for his life, only to meet Yu, an imprisoned vampire who is also trying to escape the labyrinth. Yu and a few others accompany Hajime on his adventure to find a way back home, while gradually transforming from Commonplace to the World's Strongest. So these were the top 10 ultimate Isekai anime with an overpowered main character. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so that you don't miss any videos like this in the future. I'll see you in the next one.